So I know you all have much to do in the annual meeting for the rest of the week. I don't have a lot going on, so this is the sad part of the night for me because we finally got into the final award of the evening. Love this night, love this game, but now the evening's final award, the PGA of America's highest annual honor, PGA Golf Professional of the Year. This award always pays tribute to a PGA professional whose career personifies all of the ideals of this great association: service, mentoring, coaching, education, business acumen, and changing lives. Let's head to the city of brotherly love to meet this year's remarkable and most deserving honoree.
I think Jeff Kiddie checks all the boxes. As a golf professional, anybody in the golf profession, it's hard to be great at everything that we need to do, but he certainly gets really close.
Jeff Kiddie has been a PGA of America head professional for 22 years, the last 15 at Aronimink Golf Club.
I knew I wanted to be a golf professional before I went to college. It's all I've wanted to be. People say, when did you know? I said, I don't remember when I knew, but I knew I always wanted to do it.
And we met when we were 19 at college, and from the moment I met him, he had always said he wanted to be a golf pro.
I'm only taking credit for the good ones.
With Jeff running the golf operations, the famed Donald Ross facility has hosted multiple PGA Tour events.
Keegan Bradley is getting closer to his first win. That is just about, and that's in!
The 2020 KPMG Women's PGA Championship. And in 2026, will once again shine as host of the PGA Championship. Jeff's excelled in every role he's taken on, including filling in as Aronimink's general manager for 6 months in 2022.
He did it at a time when we were putting together a $30 million capital initiative, but he was the perfect guy to do it because of his leadership qualities.
He took on responsibility of all aspects of the club and made great decisions. You know, the guy knows how clubs operate, not just as golf, the golf aspect.
What Jeff does for this membership and how much he cares about the people here at Aronimink is really special. When you find that right fit for a golf professional and a club, it's a win-win situation.
I feel like it's our job to preserve the traditions and the history and turn it over with new traditions to the next generation, shining brighter than we inherited it.
At the core, being a PGA golf professional, it's playing, it's teaching, and it's member interaction. When you have a head pro who still has his hands on all of those components, it creates an environment that's great both for the membership, also for the staff and for the young assistant pros to be mentored and learn from.
That mentorship is what Jeff views as his most important impact as a PGA of America professional. 13 of his assistants have advanced to PGA head professional roles across the country.
His mentoring has been just terrific, and he knows how meaningful it is to his staff.
Working for somebody like Jeff and the wealth of knowledge I gained from him, I learned a lot of how to manage people and how to become a great golf professional.
Really got to see that it is important that we know about everything and we are true, masters of each side of this industry, and we don't just focus on one area.
Jeff put so much into us as far as our futures in our career. He was never selfish about himself. It was all about us and what we could do kind of long-term moving forward.
He's a wealth of knowledge. It's actually rather annoying how much he knows, but it's amazing to have that resource to go to.
That love extends to the PGA of America. In 2013, he joined the PGA's National Rules Committee.
First to play from Ohio, the 2018 Senior PGA Professional Champion, Bob Sowers.
It became apparent that Jeff was, I would call, an up-and-comer on the committee, So he started working the PGA Championship, and then he worked the last Ryder Cup.
So it's not the lead like the list. Correct. It does. Correct.
There's an old saying that if you dare to teach, you must never cease to learn. And at this point in Jeff's career with the rules, he is now being a part of our PGA workshop faculty that teaches rules to people around the country, even around the world.
Jeff's also been a dedicated leader in the Philadelphia PGA section, serving numerous posts, culminating with his 2019 election as president.
Leadership equals culture, and we came into COVID and nobody really knew what was going to be going on. Did we have jobs? Did our professionals, we're going to retain their jobs? How were we going to make golf active? Jeff's leadership role was really critical, and he was the right person at the right time.
Had almost daily phone calls, led by Jeff to really figure out those solutions and really work through the problem at hand.
A lot of tough decisions had to be made, and I think that's where really Jeff's leadership shined through and really led us to a good conclusion and came out stronger on the other side.
I'm so proud of Jeff. I'm so proud of his commitment to the game, for how much he's helped people over the years. It just means the world to me that he's been recognized by the PGA of America.
I love seeing, from my perspective, the outside world recognizing how fantastic he is at what he does. Acknowledging the time, acknowledging that passion, acknowledging that fever that he continues to have.
That's right. Everybody up for your 2023 PGA of America Golf Professional of the Year, Jeff Kiddie. Soak it all in.
Yeah.
This is your moment. This is your night in many ways. And where does this moment rank for you as far as your career is concerned?
Man, I've been awfully lucky. Through my whole career. I always say I always got the right job at the right time in my career. I worked for the right people when I needed those people. I've had awesome experiences with being host professional for great tournaments, rules officials in big events, but this is pretty awesome.
Well, the right time and the right place and the right job needs the right guy. Clearly you are it, and I know you're proud of the countless PGA of America professionals that you've mentored, both at Aronimink, throughout the Philly section. Can you sort of describe what it means to you to be a mentor to so many quality individuals?
We've talked about it a lot tonight. I mean, with the specific awards that are recognizing people for this, for mentoring. But I think it's in the culture of what we do as golf professionals. And I don't, I think, the great ones like, Jack or Bob sitting at that table over there is, some of the best mentors our game's ever seen. I don't think they went out and said, I'm going to be the best mentor. I just think it's kind of inherent in what we do. I think it's part of the passion of our game is to share the game and to share the business. I had awesome, mentors myself. And again, the right ones at the right time, like Jim Merva up there, or Charlie Raudenbush at Pine Valley, both came at different times in my career and were the right people at those times.
Describe how they were the right people, and others if you want to describe.
Yeah, when I worked for Jim, I was, still relatively new in the business. I'd been an assistant for 3 years. I worked for two, totally different golf professionals. I learned a ton from both of them, from Dennis Bradley or Steve Barber. But, Jim was, one of the guys in Rochester. Rochester's a, small little golf community. It's an awesome little golf community too. But, growing up, you've got, Craig Harmon. Like Bob, I said, we've got our guys that are Michael Jordans in our business, like a Bob Ford, or, Craig Harmon was one of our Michael Jordans. Well, Jim Merva was you know, he was my Michael Jordan as a golf professional, what I wanted to be like. You know, he was a good player, he loved to teach, he loved to play, yeah, he loved to play with the members. He just loved all aspects of the game. He was good at all of them too.
Well, Jordan won the MVP. You've won the MVP award now tonight. You have your family with you over at your table. And when I talk about your family, it extends beyond your family in your house onto Arana Mink, the Philadelphia PGA section. What would you like to say to everyone who's been a part of this journey with you? Let's start with the Phillies section. What would you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, again, I got lucky. I had no plan of ending up in the Philadelphia section. I'm not from Philadelphia. I am now. We've been there for 23 plus years. And it's been awesome. I mean, we've got a fabulous section. We've got, you know, I'll say the best, you know, executive director in the country with Jeff Surratt. So I mean, so being in the section, we've got great golf courses. We've got great golf history. But more than that, we've got a terrific set of golf professionals that we can all share our knowledge with one another.
And how about at Arana Mink?
Yeah, I mean, again, I was working at a club for 7 years that was 10 minutes from Arana Mink, and we shared at one point 100 members with Arana Mink. It was kind of a sister club, and you know, I got to move, which should have been a job that I would have moved for. I didn't even have to buy a new house. I mean, it was just the most fortunate situation, and to work at a club that has history like Arana Mink, and you know, takes their golf as seriously as they do. You know, it's been a terrific experience, and you know, we got more great experiences coming too.
Now there's another family we haven't talked about. We talked about the section. We talked about the club. Happen to be 3 kids over there. Your parents, your right hand, Tricia, your wife. What have they meant to you as far as your journey is concerned? And could you have done this without them?
Yeah, no, well, no way. I mean, Tricia started this voyage with me, you know, basically right out of college, moving back and forth to Florida. She, you know, she knew I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and she's supported it, you know, to the nth degree. You know, we'd move our whole lives into the 2 tiniest cars back and forth to Florida, and you know, and lived in some undesirable locations a couple times, and she said, boy, this job better be worth it. I go, it is, it is. But, you know, she's supported it like crazy, but not just as far as, you know, where we live and things like that. You know, we know how we work, and she knew she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom when the kids were young, that, you know, she did that role. And, you know, this is the first time she's ever been at an annual meeting, or she's never gone to any of, you know, the PGA Championships or Ryder Cups yet. She's really excited. But she's, you know, first time she's gotten to experience something like this, because, you know, she was filling the role of, you know, being the mom and taking care of 3 kids and 3 active lifestyles, which afforded me the ability to seek leadership, rules experiences, and things like that.
And I know, given your hours, probably not around as much as the kids wanted you to when they were younger. Now that they're teenagers, you might be around more than they want you to, but that's a whole different story. We won't get into that. Look, everyone gets into their profession wanting to be the best of the best in your profession. You've been named that here. To the 29,000, or of the 29,000 that are just starting out, young men and women who just strive and want to and thirst to become the best at what they have chosen as their profession, what advice would you give them to move them along the way?
I don't know. I think first, is there, you know, in my time in the industry, I don't know if there's ever been a better time to get in the business. I mean, everybody's rounds are higher than they've been in a long, long time, if not ever. I think we're all getting better at our facilities of, you know, with our assistant pros or our teams in general, with work-life balances, and you know, I think our pay is getting better. All these things I think are really improving in our industry. So I think, it's never been a better time, but I'd say, if, you know, my main piece of advice is figure out what you like to do in the business, and then go find the people that you think are the best in that part of the business, and see if you can find a mentor that cares about you as much as my mentors have cared about me, and chase it and work your tail off to be the best you can be at it.
Well, fantastic job, and appreciate all that you've done in the game, and congratulations on winning the award.
Thank you. Thank you.
So John Lindert's going to come up here in just 1 second. John Lindert's going to come by for a presentation. Before we go, congratulations to Jeff. Truly epitomizes what a PGA of America professional stands for. And to the 29,000 men and women professionals of the PGA of America. I want to thank you and let you know that your association is the best in the business. And to the best of the best, the 12 award winners, congratulations. It was a privilege to be a part of your night. John?
Thank you. Jeff, on behalf of the official timekeeper of the PGA of America, I want to present this timepiece from Rolex on behalf of you winning the Golf Professional of the Year. Congratulations.
Thanks, John. Thank you.